This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello. Welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Let's set the stage. The hour has grown late. All of what you are seeing was recorded on the day of January 30th into the evening and the AM hours of January 31st, trying to make the top 1200 Mythic. It started with my video recording at about 3 in the afternoon, but at that point, unfortunately, losses had piled up. Experimentation with new cards had consequences, and we found ourselves in about 94% Mythic, which is, I think, the lowest we got. And in an effort to get back to the top 1200 so we could play a tournament and be Mythic Championship qualified the following month, the grind began. And at the time that we pick up the content, what you're about to see, this is taking place at 5 in the morning. Over 14 hours. A little bit of food, a couple snacks, a little bit of fuel for the fire, but otherwise, no peace, no sleep, no rest. Very much the nose to the grindstone. So, where do you turn when all seems to have forsaken you? Blue-white control. If there were a deck that me, CGB, on minimal brain power, could somehow pull together 3 wins in a row with, is it mono-red? Blue-white control. Just good old manage the board a little and dream trawl them. The attempt at the Cosima 1TK is really fun too. Kazuma. I'm trying to get in the right habits. Because you can bring this back and trigger Dream Trawler with your land drop and hit for a bunch. So very much a build my own Sphinx's Revelation, throw in a Seagate Restoration, and who knows how many cards you can draw and how hard you can hit with Dream Trawler. Am I sure about the list? You might wonder about Solemn. Solemn has a few good uses in a deck like this. It can crew the Omen Keel. It can also hit another land drop so that Cosima gets a counter and comes back sooner and draws more cards. It can ramp you to Dream Trawler. You can bounce it with Nico Eris using the +1 to play it multiple times. So, Solemn has a role, and I'm not sure if it belongs in the deck for sure, but it definitely has an interesting role with the other cards, and it's great in the slower matchups. So, I don't know. I'm not going to try to pass this off as the greatest deck list I've ever put together. In fact, I actually, somewhere along the line in brewing new decks, deleted this one. I had to recreate it watching my video. But the good news is we search our library pretty often with Fabled Passage and Birth, so I was able to put the pieces together. But yeah, decided to turn to my good old friend the Dream Trawler when the chips were down and our back was against the wall. And let's see how it goes. I also have some comments. I will tell you right now without spoiling it. This is the end. Pretty much, you can put yourself in my shoes. At 5 in the morning, having given it my all, playing my favorite deck, if this one just drops a few in a row, you know, we're out. And at the same time, if we win a few in a row, we're good. We're going to call it one way or the other. Either I'm not Mythic Top 1200 material or I am, but this is the deck that's going to try to do it. And then, of course, there's also going to be those critical decision points. If you win that game and you're in the top 1200, but you could possibly derank the next day, do you play again? All the drama and more coming to you in this video, which I hope you'll enjoy. And thank you for indulging me as I kind of release one night of content over an entire week, because secretly it's been a nice little week off for me where all I've had to do YouTube wise is record these intros for a few days, and I've gotten some other things done. We'll get to that at the end of the show too if you're interested. This is streak number 733 days in a row with an MTG YouTube video. Thank you for being with me. And today's dedication was actually tough because there are so many new YouTube members. It shot up like 20 members yesterday when the streak hit 2 years. Thank you. You guys are awesome. So I went with the latest, most recent one at the time of recording this intro, and it goes to Taylor Clifford. Thank you so much for joining the Cool Kids Club. Today, I dedicate this Temple of Enlightenment in its sweet cosmetic glory to you. From now on, all of our temples of enlightenment will look specifically sexy because of your commitment to the dojo. On that note, let's dive in. It all ends here, guys. Top 1200 or not. Let the nonsense begin. Oof, the grind is so real. 3:46 in the morning. But I'm in that spot, like 3 wins in a row and we're done here. On the play, thank you. Pretty slow hand without removal, but I think we gotta try it. I think we gotta go for it. Please don't oops me. I just kept this. Oh, come on. Mono red, really? Really? We gotta do this? What? Hobble Fiend. Trample. Sacrifice another creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on Hobble Fiend. Bizarre. Sacrifice another creature. Claim the Firstborn? Maybe. I think it's... No. It's this. We'll see. Do we get claimed? Miko has to kill the Hobble Fiend. Take 3. Huh. Interesting. Alright, well we got 2 plays out of them. I love it. Absolutely love that. This taps for white? Free shard. Kill that thing. Okay, play your giant. Nope. Had the hasty creature. Unfortunate. Unfortunate to be sure. Gonna need better draws. These draws are not good enough. But Elspeth conquers death. Would have liked to hit the giant or something else, but maybe Teferi will have to spare to get us through this. Weaponize the monsters. Yeah, they must run claim the Firstborn. It's the only way this makes any sense. Interesting draw. Nice draw. Is Kosama the card we should get back? I don't know. Torbran? Okay. Well, we don't want to phase anything out then. Let's see who they attack. 100% face. What if we phased out the Charger? We're about to bring something back. That saves 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a toughie. I think we're not supposed to. And they've got weaponized the monsters. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to save some life here. So, let's attack this first and see what we find. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Nico can... Nico plus Teferi can help a lot. This is worth 1, 2, 3, 4. This is worth 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just hit this. 2 apparitions. So if we play Apparition, exile that, we can minus Nico, target the Charger. Man, this is rough. We have to remember that they probably run Claim.
I don't observe unjust rules.
That's a key part of the puzzle.
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
They're probably going to kill these, which is kind of part of the plan.
Right on target.
Okay, we've dealt with a lot of stuff. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Enough. But what does it attack? Does it have to hit Nico? It does have to hit Nico. The giant has to rumble. Alright, it's plus. This is an interesting spot for sure. Alright, Birth, you can go. Rimrock Knight. Okay. Nico dies. Opponent gets mini creatures. They definitely have the ability to bring Phoenix back. Oh, well, now we can exile the Phoenix so that that can't come back.
Time to improvise.
Tag here. Hope no Embercleave, although I guess we have Teferi if that's the case. No Embercleave, I guess. More apparitions. Like, how many illusions can we hand over? Rimrock Knight.
Think fast.
Come on, Dream Trawler.
Time to improvise.
Nice. Yeah. Doesn't get much more annoying than Annex. What else you got? You of the endless cards. That's the Claim the Firstborn?
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
Awkward. Something something shuffler. There we go.
I do love a good puzzle.
Maybe it's an Acro in War here. And they say that's enough. Whew. Got him. Alright, 944. Just give me 2 more wins. 1 to 700, 1 to 500, and we're done. Please, aggro decks. This meta's been ridiculously unpredictable. On the play. Can't complain. But that's enough land. Let's see how many we draw. Red it is. Wish I had a companion to buy. Ooh, okay. Snow control. Nice draw. The opponent has Frostbite because they're running Snow Mountains, so we'll just make the Shard. It's a little loose, but it keeps them busy.
Fate is
We basically cycle Nico and force their hand a little bit, but we're ramping right up to Dream Trawler. Solemn into Dream Trawler, baby. Let's go. Yep. There's the giant.
I do not like being sidelined.
No, let's go for the Trawler. We're going to feel pretty bad if the opponent goes right into Ugin. Like Iron Crag Feet Ugin. But otherwise, we're in good shape. Alright, we need to dodge the exact sequence of Iron Crag Feet into Ugin next turn. Faceless Haven. Good one. Tundra Fumarole. And what? Solemn. Okay. Nice sequence. Hold on to your butts. Top. Okay. That's terrifying. Don't have it. Don't have the exact 2 cards. No. No, not like this. Oh. Not what I was afraid of. That's not Ugin. That's Godzilla. And I love Godzilla. But that's not what I'm afraid of at all. We want to keep this on the board because Ugin is a card. Down to 11. Opponent wants to race. Maybe we got this. Okay, let's draw. Scry draw. Is that good? No. Not right now, it's not. I don't know if it's better than... It's probably better than land, but... This does help. Of course, we're now 1 card deeper and closer to whatever the next card on top is than we would be if we had kept the Doomscar. The bottom. ECD. Come on, Trawler. You got this. Gold span. Okay. So they need the draw. We don't have anything in the graveyard, so we kind of have an easy block here with the Solemn if we want it. But I think actually we should take it, because Apparition can get this Solemn. And ECD gets the Dragon. And we're trying to close the game too. Plus this sticks around after an Ugin. We save that for Cosima, if we find her. Alright, if you're going to make a play, do it now. Do you really want to blow up this? Wow, they do. Okay. That lets me draw a card with the Trawler. Should have done that differently. Oh, I can Scar and then get the Trawler back. But I don't even think that's the play, though. Yeah. Good spot. Good spot. Giant comes down. Is that all you got? Alright, let's get Nico, because Nico can make shards. Shards draw cards. Speed up the clock.
Yeah, I got this.
Can't turn that down. It's been a good draw. It served us well. Oh, Cosima. Can you get us home? If we rank enough from this, I'll keep it, but I have a feeling we gotta do one more game. I think we need one more. Alright, team. Win this one and our watch is ended. And all the pain of the last 13 hours, and then some, is over. Kengo, 99%er. I mean, I think I keep it because when I draw any blue, I'm good. The biggest thing here is I think I only have 2 planes left in my deck. It's not a great hand. We're going to be under siege. Our opponent took a mull, and they start with a river glide. Alright, I mean, I hope they're a creature deck of some kind. Opt. Okay, what am I up against? Blue-red something. Sprite Dragon. Alright, that gets a casket. Alright, nice. We get a bit of breathing room. Yeah, Stormwing Entity is a card. Scions is a card. The Adventure Creatures, all of them. So let's grab that. And let's set up Saw It Coming. Aggro Giant. That is a good ECD target, but we might have to take a hit from it first. And I'm okay with that. Do we play the Cosima and try to get it exiled? I think that's the play for the turn. Are we going to be too far behind then when we ECD? We might be. It's possible I should just have Saw It Coming open for this turn. Yeah. Yeah, this is the turn they try to get ahead. Saw It Coming, we don't let them. And then we ECD, or we Skyclave. Also, gotta get that last planes out of the deck before there are no more. God knows we'll draw it. How dare I only run 4 planes? What a misplay. Alright, they're not trying to get ahead. And we do have some mana issues. If we play the Skyclave and take out the Giant, they will definitely kill the Skyclave, but then ECD might get something back. We also have Saw It Coming. So I think this is the play. We don't stop them from killing Skyclave. That's fine. They get a 3/3 and we have an 0/4. We stop them from doing anything that pulls them further ahead. Ooh. That's so perfect too. I guess I can make another one. Alright, you get a 3/3. Don't panic. Don't panic. You get a 3/3. We're going to get 2 life, then we can make another creature of some kind. Or another 0/4 wall with the birth. Maybe that can blanket. The opponent with a glimpse of freedom. Here comes Sprite Dragon. That's what we counter. No, okay. I was terrified for a second, like, no, but we have the ECD. It's not the end of the world. One to the top, uh-oh. Okay, well, we drew the other blue source, that's nice. Alright, this turn is huge. Do they have more pressure? Not yet. Chandler. Well, if they use Glimpse, their Chandler sucks. That's awkward. Ooh, we get a good turn. To Fairy.
If nothing, I will. Don't worry, I'll think of something.
Kazuma. Can't believe I'm keeping a berth. Alright, everything costs extra. There is a Skyclave apparition waiting to join the team. Opponent's thinking about attacking. We actually need this around. For the Skyclave to hit it. Come on, Dream Trawler.
Time to improvise.
If we have to bring back the apparition, right? We have to? Let's do this now and see if we hit something good. Unreal. Well, now we don't want to play the Doomscar. Let's decline. Big draw. It's okay. Here, Dream Trawler. Do we foretell this? I don't think so. I think we need the options with this Teferi. I think we hold it in our hand. You're going to shrink your Chandler? No, you are not. Guys, I think we can do this. It's right there for the taking. That Dream Trawler was pretty lucky, but we did play to the out. Like, we had to set it up so that we were in a position to make that play. We had to put the stops on the upkeep. We had to time the things. Pretty happy. Oh no. Wait a minute. I mean, can they hit it like a Royal Eruption? Let's find out. Can you do it? Oh, it's not in their hand, that's right. They don't have anything in their hand. 4-3. Okay. Attack. No. Plus. Another Doomscar. I think I'm actually going to Wrath after I attack here. I don't think I can lose if I do that. So we're going to take the action. Draw. Another one. Nice. Plus. Discard. Attack. Skyclave. I think Dream Trawler did its job, everybody. Carry on, my wayward son. Homing Keel. Now let's see what the opponent draws and if it can get them out of this. Starts with an opt. I feel very strongly this deck should not play Glimpse of Freedom. It should play Phoenix of Ash. That's what I discovered playing Is It. For anybody out there who's interested in my opponent's deck, you try to keep the deck focused on getting them dead. A few extra cards normally won't matter if they're doing better stuff than you are.
Think fast.
All right, Doomscar, you're out. Like my creatures. We're going to have 2 extra turns. It's going to be nice. Not to mention pumping up the Cosima. Spin the wheel. Frosty thingy? Yeah, they got it.
Time to improvise.
All right, so we have the 2 extra turns. We can set it off in response to anything. Or we can just keep plussing. If they have a way to direct damage it, they can stop it. Let's see what we draw. It's the last one, so we decline here. 2 more land. I mean, we go for this, right? They can't kill this, I don't think. Well, let's make them have all the answers. Nice. And they scoop. Yes! That should be campable. It's time to call it a night. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and yep, you can see now that we did it. We are Mythic qualified for next month. We had to go through 3 decks playing the color red in some tense games. Hopefully you didn't mind the CGB ASMR, as I just tried to keep my voice level and my mood calm and my attitude as positive as could be, and just put everything I had left of my frayed sanity into the games and making a few more good plays. Now we're back down to Plat 2 because of the ladder reset, and I've taken basically a break, at least for me. I haven't really played the ladder at all, except for on a stream. Like, I've had 2 days where I streamed and I played the ladder a little bit during that time, but other than the streams, I haven't been playing that much. There are new cards. I've been messing around with deck builds. I've got a lot of deck builds that I'm ready to work more on and showcase for you guys, decks that are exciting, as well as the decks that are just kind of storming the meta that other content creators and pro players are putting out that I'm excited to talk about with you guys. I usually do that early in a new format. So, yeah, I'm glad to get back to recording daily is what I'm trying to say. And maybe my break doesn't look the way that you think a break should. I do a 14-hour day. I record everything. I put it out over the period of a week, but it works for me. It really does. And I know that there might have been times where watching the Mythic grind for the last few months was hard, and I thank you for sticking with it. It's much harder to do. I'll promise you that. We'll go to big face mode. But it did allow me to just kind of chill out for these last few weeks and really try to recharge the batteries. I don't like doing that when the set is new. I don't like doing it when there are new cards because I feel obligated to be there showing you guys the new hot decks of the format. But I think you're doing okay. I think you guys have been doing okay without me on that front. This set is full of awesome cards, and it has shaken up the meta to some extent, but for the most part, it's adding pieces to existing decks, which is a lot of what we're doing, with some exceptions, which I'll definitely show on the channel. I'm loathing the day I have to play Tybalt's Trickery, the best of one version for you guys, but somebody has to do it. We've got to shine a light on the absolute filth of the format sometimes. It's just how we roll. But yeah, I had saved a spot at the end of this video to talk about a few things, and it's going to be a bit rambly. So for the true fans, stick with me. For those who are just here for gameplay and deck lists, it's okay. You can get rolling. That's totally fine. Two things I want to cover. Number one, reflections on the ranked grind and why I did it the way I did it and how I think you should consider doing it if you also want to pursue that particular dragon. And number two, a little bit of reaction to a video I saw today from another content creator. And it will bleed over into how I view content on my channel and how I'm using YouTube memberships to keep my creativity keep my spark ignited creatively and continue the grind. After going for 2 years with a daily video, it's certainly worth talking about a little more. And yes, I had a long intro to the video the other day, but this one we've got space to fill because the 3 games weren't very long. So we got some time here, just you, me, the dojo. So first thing, ranked ladder. There are people who like to throw around this thing that if you hit 51% win rate, anybody can be Mythic top 1200. A 51% win rate multiplied by enough games will get you to Mythic. That is completely accurate. It will not get you to Mythic top 1200. You can have, like, I haven't done the exact math, but in my experience, what feels right to me is that you have to have a win rate greater than about 53-54% over a period of time, or you will derank even with an above 50% win rate in Mythic, because that's how competitive it is. On top of that, you have to play more to make it with a win rate that is lower. So a 53% win rate player has to play a lot more than a 54% win rate player because of the way that the wins add up. It's when you hit like 60% or higher, you don't have to play that much to maintain your rating. But you're not that far from falling. In the month of January, I don't think I broke into top 100 very often like I did in December. But in January, I had, according to MTGA Assistant, if you want stats, you can check the link in the description. The download supports the channel. Thank you for trying it out. But my MTGA Assistant stat said that my ladder win percentage for January was 68%. That is almost nice and very, very good. And I was really proud of that. And then Kaldheim came out. Like, this was up until Kaldheim came out with me playing ranked every day, as you guys saw on the channel. And when Kaldheim came out, I immediately started playing around with different decks. Kazuma, my favorite card for sure, isn't the most powerful card in the set and actually takes a lot of work to make good. So I played with a lot of Kazuma decks. As you saw, I specifically remember a really long day of like grinding for 5 or 6 hours, trying to find a build of some kind of giant tribal that was good enough for YouTube, because I know that it had some neat cards and I know you guys love the new tribes. So I really wanted to show a giant deck that was good. And I wouldn't have done that if I weren't passionate about what I do. It wasn't like terrible work for me. I'm not mad about it. But it just gives you an example of what happens, because in that one day, I went from around rank 500 to like something bad, like around 98, 97%. And then I just had this bad stretch of luck. And I thought it was all in my head, but then I looked at the numbers and I was on the draw 11 out of 12 games. And I only won 9 out of those 12. And that's when I dropped down to like 95%. And that's when it became real. It's like I only have 24 hours to get back into the top 1,200, even though I was in the top 1,200 all month long with a 68% win rate, which is insanely good. I guess one thing I want to say is I don't think people realize how hard it is to stay in top 1,200, especially playing a different deck every day, especially in best of one where things can go against you. I'm really dedicated to what I do, and I don't mind putting in hard work. In fact, it's one of my secret missions to make something as silly as best of one MTG Arena Ladder a courageous endeavor. That's kind of like I get up and I get myself pumped up like I'm going out into a battle. And really, I'm playing a video game. But I try to make it like an epic, courageous endeavor, bigger than just a game. That is part of, I think, what helps the channel. I think it makes for better content, but it also just helps me. I'm an over-the-top personality. I need big goals. I need to shoot for the sky. So, like, what I'm trying to say is I think people start to take it for granted that if you're good, you should just be in the top 1,200. That's not true. Like, you're a bad stretch away from dropping way out of it. Anyway, tangent. Once I found myself in that spot, I remembered the top 1,200 run in December, and I did take like about 15 minutes and kind of made a decision. I could play for top 1,200 the next day, but I remembered that a win on the day that the season ends is only worth like 20 to 50 ranks. There were times we won, I swear we only moved 20 ranks because everybody was playing in the final hours during the daytime, right? And my wins the night before that evening were still getting me 1 to 200 ranks. So it made sense to me that if I wanted to be top 1,200, the play was to not sleep and play all night when other people weren't playing and try to camp a rank. I wanted, the goal I set was top 600 for the last like 10 to 12 hours. And it worked. You saw from our wins that we ranked up 1 to 200 ranks each time. And without that, if we were ranking like we did in December, the day that season came to the end, only about 20 to 50 ranks, I don't think I ever would have gotten back. It would have been impossible. So the key we take away there is you get more rank for your win if you play when other people aren't playing. That's a big key. And the other thing is just you have to believe in yourself in a way that I think we forget how to do. When you're like 94% and you have to climb back up the mountain, you kind of have to be saying to yourself that if I play more games, my win rate will go up, not down. So you have to believe in yourself and your decks that you can actually do this, that you will be the better player, and that putting in the time will be worth it. Sometimes bad luck will keep that from happening. But if you're out there going for this, remember, it's natural to doubt yourself, but you have to believe. It starts with that. If you don't believe that over a longer period of games you won't win more than your opponents, there's no point in trying. And if you, on the other hand, have it for a goal for that to be true, then the only way to get there is to play. So that's my little ranked monologue. You really have to have a high win percentage. You have to maintain it every day. It's a lot of work. And there isn't much reward. I mean, at the end of the day, I get to play a best of 3 tournament that I'm going to try to win, but probably won't. And even if I win that, I have to play another best of 3 tournament, and I have to win that to get some kind of prize. I probably won't. But it's not really about that. It's about, or like time equity or anything else. For me, it's 100% about proving to myself, proving to that little kid inside who wanted to be a competitive Magic player at a very young age, that I can still do it. And I think that that's probably true for a lot of you out there as well. Maybe that's why you come along for the ride, why you watch the channel. Thank you very much for being with me on that journey. And yes, I do it for myself, and I do it to share with you guys. It's become very much part of who I am, and I get a lot of joy from it. So, quick drink, and then we get to part 2 of the monologue. All right, so I'm recording this intro just a few minutes removed from watching a video that Merchant made. where he says that he needs a change. And he actually did mention me at one point in the video, around 8 minutes and 30 seconds. And he said, you can ask any of the daily content creators for Magic. They'll tell you it's true, CGB, etc. And I want to put it out there on record. He's 100% right. What he said is 100% true. And I'm going to paraphrase. I'm not going to pull up his video, and I'm not going to try to quote him. I'm going to paraphrase, but basically, it's really disheartening when you do this thing. You make these videos, and then you want to try something new. Because inside, we all have creativity. We all have a creative spark. And I pour a lot of it through these Magic the Gathering videos like you're watching. But I also want to try other things. I want to try booster box openings. I want to try Commander content. I want to try some episodes built around the MTG lore. I've got, there's other stuff I want to do around Magic. The 50 decks the preview videos for this season were there were 4 preview videos leading up to the Kaldheim release, a crafting guide, 50 decks that I had built, the top 10 most overrated cards, the top 10 cards of the set, those videos that I'm trying to put myself more into that are different from playing the game and doing the same style of video every day. It is so disheartening to make some kind of a different piece of content, put it up, and then it's some combination of the YouTube algorithm or, the pattern of viewer behavior. And I'm not scolding the viewers, but this is just the way it goes. Those videos get so much less views than if I had played literally any deck at all. Just a ham sandwich. I could have just thrown I could have let the auto land builder do my land. I could have just thrown 40 cards in and 20 lands and played, and I would have got more views and therefore more monetary reward from YouTube than the thing that I worked really hard on, that I was really excited to share. And you pile yourself into those videos, and when the feedback is, it doesn't feel negative. There's actually a lot of people who enjoy them and say nice things, and I try to hang on to that. But the feedback from YouTube, on the other hand, is you make less than half the money that you would make on a normal video. It's hard to ignore that. You get half the views, and they're not watching it as long. It says right on your YouTube dashboard, viewers aren't choosing your video as much, and they're not watching as long, just so you know. And then you get comments, right? Dude, just shut up and play a deck. I think that it's important to acknowledge that creators are people, and we need to hang on to that creativity however we can. What I found as an interesting compromise for myself is to take those different kinds of projects, those creative projects, and put them as members-only videos. Now, I want to clear the air. Do I want more members? Yeah, it's cool to get more members. The monetary support helps encourage me to continue investing in content and try to do more stuff and stay focused on YouTube instead of thinking the grass is always greener when somebody is telling me that I need to get back into trading Bitcoin or something like that. For 100%, money makes a big difference. When you feel financially rewarded for what you do, you're likely to keep doing it. So, yes, it's nice to get more members, but a lot of the content that I'm putting on the members only side of YouTube, it's not because I want membership money. It's because it's content I want to make, and I want to share it in a way where I don't have YouTube shoving in my face how bad the performance is compared to my other videos. I don't want people coming onto the videos and complaining that I'm not making the daily content or that it's not exactly the way that they want it. I want to be creative and be free from that kind of pressure that just drains the spark out of the creativity. So the members only videos is an awesome way to do that, where my biggest fans get to check out some sweet extra content if they want to. And it's by far, they're supportive. They're invested in the channel. They're here for the ride with me. They're cool. There's no other way to put it. The videos usually have a 100% like to dislike ratio, something I can't do in public to save my life. That's just never going to happen again. I know people watch me specifically to dislike my content, which is, that's still kind of a fan in a weird way, and I'm okay with that. But on my new projects, on my different projects, I'm really sensitive about it. So when I log on and I don't see YouTube telling me, hey, your video is not getting that many views, it might only have 100 views or 50 views sometimes, but it's got all positive comments and 100% people like it. And I can go in there and I can read, and they have really good constructive feedback sometimes. If I mess up the audio for a video like I do in the CovertGoBlue series, they're not just saying your audio is terrible, they're saying this is a really good concept and I like it. The only issue is the audio. I'm sure you'll get that fixed and it will be great. And that's such a different experience to the YouTube audience at large and how they react to new content and how it makes me feel as a creator when I do let down a larger scale audience that way and get a bunch of dislikes and get a bunch of hurtful comments. And I do say to myself, I should have just played rogues today if that's what I wanted. So that's the main thing behind the members only content. I'm trying a lot of different stuff with it. I'm experimenting with all kinds of things. We've got the CovertGo coaching where I help coach another player watching their videos with them on the line to talk about why did we do this? We could have done that. I thought that was a really fun video to make with my buddy Andrew. And I've got some other stuff coming up. The Commander videos, I'm still working. I actually want the Commander videos to be public someday, but I've got to get the lighting good so that you can see the content. Opening packs and boxes, I'll probably just keep those private. I like building my collection and I like sharing it, but I don't want to share it with everybody. I just want to share it with the fans who are into that kind of thing. I'm also talking about having some other creators on the members only side. I've got MTG Nerd Girl made a video that is just for the YouTube members of my channel, which I think is really awesome. Just walking you through how to build a sealed pool if you've never built one before. And I'm thinking about doing things like that and having guests on to play Historic and Best of 3 and Brawl, the formats I don't usually play. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I'm keeping my spark alive. One is by taking these kind of odd breaks like I just took with this series of content that actually gave me a week off, but you didn't know it, did you? You still had a video every day. And the other is on the members only side, just posting stuff I want to post over there. CGB Gaming was supposed to be that, but it doesn't matter. The pressure that comes from a combination of YouTube and an audience that, a small section of the audience that only wants you to do one thing, those two factors put so much pressure on public videos that I can never feel good about them. But on the members only side, that pressure is gone. And it does allow those who financially support the channel to get a little something extra. That's what it's about. And I think it's a good thing. And some of you will always complain that it's a paywall for content, but this isn't content I would put on YouTube publicly anymore anyway, because it's too discouraging to do it. Quite frankly, that's the way it is. So if you want to be in on those other endeavors, get a membership, and always make sure that you take care of yourself first. Make sure you take care of your family first. Don't do it if you're short of money. There's still going to be a video here for you every single day. For over 2 years, it's been there. It's going to keep happening. And you're never going to have to pay for that. Promise. I promise. And there's free content on Twitch. The VODs on Twitch are public. So there's another 8 hours of content you could be watching from my Twitch channel if you wanted to. And if you have a few extra bucks and your choices are Disney Plus Ultra HD or a few extra videos from the one in Best of One, you should probably get Disney Plus. But if you have a few other bucks, I'm not saying the content's on that level, but I think you'll like it. And that's the way that is going to be. So thank you for watching this video. If you stayed and watched all that, odds are you're probably already super cool with all this. It's the people who don't even watch my videos for 10 minutes and just want to watch the other thing for free that would probably leave me the nasty comments anyway. So I'm preaching to the choir, but I want you to know that you are a very cool choir. Yes, you. You out there, you watched, you stayed till the end, you took the journey, you came along for the ride. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. You're cool.